sync with the earth. 10 toes deep, flower child from the turf. I never switch sides, like even when I die, I'ma ride for the squad, let her ties in the hearse. I've been on the vibe, kinda hard to describe. I'm in between, I'm good and it's fine, but I'm tired of the grind. Then I come alive in the night to realize I'm in the middle of the time of my life. I never sold pack for the stack, never lied on the rap. Got a bag from the way that I write it. Queen looking Tyson, through that I survived, doing 80 to the house. Then I hit him to the sky, changed haters on a tirade. Talking to they grip in the face, be still, let that hate stuff fade. We all want the same, we all want a meal in the safe. I wanna live like I'm trying to reach enlightenment. Trail spill from my lips, feel bent from the bit. Take a sip till I pass out. Try and get grit, but it don't make sense. Cause you can lose life on this fast route. Yeah, turn thoughts to a cash cow. I might flip that to the glass house. I don't need the accolades, I'm in love with the chase. I just wanna eat, save a spot at the table. Beats with the slap, hit myself on the map. You long with the wind, but we knowing that it's cap. 5-hour flights, couple nights at the flat. To be real, couldn't see me making moves.
All right, looks like we had a little technical difficulties with that intro. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. I am back. Chris Allen, aka DJ Ultimate, and I have with us today Mario Hardy, aka DJ Ragtop. So everybody, I just want to welcome him. It's been a while since I've been on, and I've been gone for a while. I know a lot of you guys probably been like, where have I been? So if you've been following my social media, you've probably been seeing that I've posted some unique soccer and baseball games with some funny symbols and characters. And yes, it is true. I am in South Korea. So this podcast for me is live in South Korea. So I will be back in the States shortly, sometime next year. So I'll be back up and running company in the States next year. But for now, I'm going to be in South Korea for a while. And I'm going to pass the floor over to Mario to kind of get an update on what he's been up to.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Chris, what's going on?
What's up?
Like I said, I wish I was in South Korea with you, but you know, I'm retired, so I have to stay here in the United States. But yeah, things have been picking up. I know business like across the board is going crazy. You know, Goldsboro, like I say, it's starting to boom. Like I say, I know business is picking up a lot for Goldsboro area. Just because I just did another one event there and try to pass on some other ones because like I had my calendar is completely full. So, but right. I know I'm looking forward to you coming back. Because
listen, I can't wait to come back. I'm missing all the action and I'm missing it. I got that. You know, when you get burnt out a little bit, you're like, oh, I can't wait for that rest.
Look at your eyes. You can see it all in your eyes.
Right. I see you post and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to get back to do it. I can't wait. But I'm using this time as a I call it as falling back in love time, with the art and honing my skills and just getting back to the basics. So I'm just kind of utilizing the time properly. And there's been events out here that I've done as well. So
okay, look, like I said, I think you came off the plane DJing. I said because you didn't waste no time getting connected into DJing over in South Korea. But I'm gonna say this: I've been in South Korea 6 times, and every time I've been over there, DJing wise, I did so great. I made more money DJing than I did in the military. So I mean, South Korea has always been a place for me to improve my skill set across the board, not only just with military, but military DJing, educational, just personal, just building myself in that. So South Korea has always been one of my favorite duty assignments.
Right.
If you needed assistance, just I'll be right over there in a heartbeat. But yeah, South Korea is like my second home when it comes to I love that country. I really, really enjoy that country when I was stationed over there.
Well, listen, I might have to shoot you a plane ticket and have you come on out.
Okay, look. one way. No, no, but
Listen, I might have some angry people if I only get you a one-way ticket. They might come looking for me.
I'm, I'm always because see, I know I know the lingo, the hangul. I say, hey, I'm looking forward to some kimchi, yakimandu. You know, I'm ready.
Right. So listen, I'm gonna put something on the screen. All right. Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. Listen, listen, y'all better put some respect on this man's name, all right? You cannot say his name now without putting doctor in front of it.
That's I look. Just to be clear, that's an honorary doctor. Okay, I want nobody come beat on my door. Like, but it is an honorary doctor. I got that. No, I got that a couple of years ago. But the presidential award, it's kind of funny you bring it up because the person I was just telling you about was just one of our people. She was one of the ones that had an accident, and so right
Okay.
now she's at Cape Fear, hoping she's doing, praying for her, hoping she everything turns out okay for her. But the presidential award that I received, technically she's been trying to get that to me since last year, and I just been so busy to where she had to book me just from but no, but she did book me to help and assist with her event, and it was an honor to receive that award. I actually had to. She gave me the full rundown how I qualified, what was going on, the paperwork that she had to put in to put. She's like, I think one of the requirements was you have to have over 4,000 hours of volunteer time.
Right.
And of course, I do that all the time. I do a lot of things, and I mean it's just I do things, but don't really expect things in return. So I believe, and then I also found out that I might be getting another possible award next week. So and this is from a whole different situation. I mean, this is like for Cumberland County Schools. I think I'm not
Right.
100% sure, but I think they're going to do something for me next week.
Right.
So I'm just doing, like I said, go out here, do your thing, and enjoy. It's like, 21 years in this army service, serve my country. Now I'm serving my community, and
Exactly.
you go out here, you do these things, not expecting something in return, but when you do get it, I mean, it's extremely appreciated.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was gonna say if you don't see him DJing a wedding, birthday party, or some kind of event, you're gonna see him DJing something in the community. I mean, he's always in the community. So when I saw him up for this award or he's getting this award, it wasn't a surprise for me. Well deserved. I feel like you know long overdue. Like you said, he's been so busy that he couldn't receive it. He probably was DJing, and they like you
And
said, they had to book him.
what's so funny is, and that's exactly what I was doing. I was DJ. I was out doing playing the music, and then when it came time to do the award, I actually had to leave from the DJ spot, go up there real quick, stand with everybody, get presented the award, and then go back to
And
DJing.
went right back to DJ. That sounds about right.
So
Exactly.
that was great. And then the thing is, I know one of the things someone posted. I posted something um about my awards I had gotten in the Army, and someone asked me how did I get the Navy Achievement Medal. And I was like, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what? That's one awards I was extremely proud of, because Army, you don't get achievement was from a different branch. And so what that award was, I think that was my favorite award, was because there's three Marines coming back from a mission, got stranded at Fort Bragg, and I took it upon myself to make sure they got home safe. And
Okay.
because I did that, they went back, they told the command what happened, this, and so forth. And then their commander put me in for the Navy Achievement Medal for going way and beyond to help out those three Marines. So that I think that's one of my favorite, because I was doing something that I enjoy doing. That's helping people.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So what new equipment have you gotten so far? So I've been out the loop.
Ooh,
We kind of talk here and there, and hours are kind of crazy. So right now for me it's 9:23 in the morning on Wednesday. So I know it's 8 o'clock.
8:23
Eight.
here, yeah.
Right. Right. So um, what new equipment? Because I know you're always getting something new.
Well, I would say the main thing I just got it like maybe last about 2 weeks ago and used it for the first time at a wedding was the Chave Wash FX 2 light systems. And one DJ I would say DJ well, I can't even Mark Anthony. I think it was Mark Anthony was the first one to bring it to my attention. He brought it touches last year, but I said at the time I said, well, I don't really need any more lighting because I have too much now. Well, I said, you know what? I kept hearing about it, so I went ahead and bought 2 of them.
Right.
And I think I posted a video of the effects that it had, and if you want, I can pull it up and play it real quick. Let me see if I can share.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know why you're doing that. So I've had those wash effects for about 3 or 4 years now, and
Really?
yeah. So this is what I was telling you. So you remember when I told you I went and I completely redid my set and what I offer. So this is one of the 2 that I offer. So if
Okay.
I don't do uplighting, I use my wash effects because that's what they're for, is to wash, put a wash on the room.
Right.
So if they don't want to book uplighting, I usually tend to try to book those because it's more lighting to fill the room, and it just fills the room more than like my gobo spots or whatnot. So I typically use those, and then of course I use it according with the music, and make it change colors and whatnot. So then if I do have uplightings, then that's when I'll go to my gobos, and then I'll just use my gobos in the uplighting. But those are
Okay.
the 2 sets that I have, and since I did, I absolutely love my wash effects.
And see, me, I guess I had heard about it, but I said maybe maybe it was you that said something to me about them, and I remember somebody else in our group had said something about them as well. And so I said, okay, so I went and started looking more into them and saw how one DJ, I can't remember his name. He had posted a video on YouTube, and he had all his uplighting, and he had his wash lights like pointed towards the ceiling,
Mm-hmm.
and it just looked like the entire room was completely covered in lighting.
Mm-hmm.
And when
Mm-hmm.
I saw that, okay, I said I'm sold. And so I
Right.
went and got them. I tried them out, and I mean, I even tried them out at the skating rink, and those are some very powerful lights, especially the UV effect.
Absolutely.
That was I guess I was really sleeping on that part because I didn't even know they had UV until I was just, like I said, watching the video and saw someone do the UV thing.
Right.
And I was like, wow, these are some powerful lights. So I put it out there for all those DJs. Look, if you're just getting started, I would definitely get these 2 lights, especially if you don't have the money to get uplighting. Definitely get 2 of
Exactly.
these wash lights, and it really makes up for the uplighting.
Exactly. You're right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I know for me, another thing that I purchased, I picked up the Switch Control 1. So of course I don't have it physically here, but I picked that up, and then I have the software here on the computer that I have, of course, because we all know I got the new computer to control. Now I went from 3 computers to 1, so I have that MSI computer.
And just so y'all know, that laptop comes with its own satellite. But go ahead.
So yeah, so now I can do, I can do my stems, I can do my lighting, and then if I need to stream a song that I don't have, I can also do that as well. So I mean, so far I'm very happy with that purchase of that computer that I have. So yeah, Tavares said it's some of the best value fixtures out there.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
absolutely,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this. I wish if I could do it all over again, I would have started with those first, because they do have a major they have a major effect on the room. And I know, like the video that I posted yesterday, you can really see how much of an effect it has on the room. Because
Even if
go ahead.
I was gonna say, even if you get the just the wash FX, so they got the wash FX and then they have the wash FX too, because I first learned about them through a DJ friend of mine, because he had got just a regular wash FX before the wash FX 2 came out, and that's when I first got introduced to them. I was like, okay, these are pretty nice, and then the wash FX 2 came out, and I was like, oh yeah, I definitely got to get some. So that's when I fell in love with them.
And then they even got the Hex now, which is, I guess, is like the third one. I mean, the Hex is the one with the power. They got a powerful beam, but they cost a little bit more money. So I just went with the 2s, because the Hex, like, yeah, they're good, but I said I didn't want to spend that much money on them. And so I went with the 2s, and man, I'm telling you, it just completely, especially the UV effect. I love that UV effect because I
Right.
have 2 powerful UV lights, and those are more powerful than the UV lights that I got.
Absolutely. I know you were telling me about the Rode microphone.
Yes, and the accessories got here, but the microphones won't be here till tomorrow. But this is one of the accessories here. I was just opening it up, and the way it's designed is the actual piece goes in here. So like these are my what are they? The Hollyland ones, and I was just gonna see if this will work with it, and I think yeah, it works too. So you put this in, you snap it in here, and then you just put this case right over it, and it works.
Okay.
So technically, I don't have to get the Rode for this this little piece here. I could use it with the whole. And so I'm actually going to order some more of these pieces because now I can turn my regular microphones into just a regular handheld microphone.
Handheld.
So it's a big difference.
Right.
I'm not sure if you can hear me on this one.
No, I can hear you. Yeah, we
hear
can
me?
we keep coming in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
Well, now you cut out. You cut out now. You low now. We can kind of hear you. No. Yeah, it's very low.
How about now?
It's still very low.
1, 2, 2.
Right. Yeah, it's still very low. That's 1, 2. It's just very low. We can hear you, but it's very, very low. You might have to switch to your other one because we can't. The volume's very low. It's still low. Something that clicked sound like you had something that clicked, and now everything is low. There.
Now?
Okay, now you're coming in loud and clear.
Okay, what about now?
Loud and clear.
Okay. That's what was the receiver came loose.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I was up and thinking it was because of the thing. Test 1, 2. Yeah, there we go. So, but yeah, that's what this thing right here. Like, this is good if you got one of the lapel mics because you can just put your lapel mic, the clip on, like the Hollands, the IDJ one, and then the Rode are the most popular ones that people are using. But I think what I'm going to do now is buy 2 more of these, so I have one for each mic.
Right. So basically, you could turn a lapel into a handheld,
Right.
essentially. So dual
And
mic.
and the thing is, it's a small system. So when you start looking at these microphones, and this is one of the things that I'm starting to use mine for is for weddings. is this is the case that holds the receiver and both microphones. So it just like an iPod case or whatever that thing is called, the earbud case, it actually charges. Let me see. It actually charges the microphones when they're not being used.
Right.
So the receiver and then both mics go in here. So then it charges up. And then you can just carry the case with you. So when you're ready, all you just pull up, hook up your receiver. Which this right here is the actual receiver. And it controls both mics. And see, the thing I like about this one is that this receiver, I can control the volume for both microphones. So I can make one higher than the other one. And see, this microphone also is cheaper. The Holly, what's it? I keep saying Hollyland microphones are a lot cheaper than the other ones, but they work just as good.
Right.
And I've had these now for almost 6 months, and this thing is the bomb.
Okay. Well, there you go. See,
when it comes to recording, even when I'm working in my videography capacity, these microphones are perfect for using with video, like videography or doing interviews.
right. Seems like they're easy to conceal as well.
Yes, they are. And see, like with all of these mics, like with these with the Hollyland microphones. I'm probably saying it all wrong, but with those microphones, it comes with the full kit. So it comes with the lapel mic that you plug in and everything. So like with the rodeo, you have everything, all the accessories you have to buy individually. But with this kit, you pay $250 and you get the full kit. You get the lapel mics, you get the charging case, you get everything. With the rodeo, you have to buy all the extra stuff. You have to buy
Are those the typical what is it, tab 4 pins connectors, or are those XLR connectors on that?
This one can do all the above.
Okay.
Because I have I went out and technically I didn't buy it, I already had it, but it does come where it's a 3.5 jack in it, so you can plug it into your computer for podcasting. Then like with me, what I did was I went and got a 3.5 that goes into XRL, so then I could plug it into a regular microphone system or into a mixer. And then it also has the composite connection.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, but this is the technology now that's making it easier to do a smaller setup, a smaller compact setup. And so, like, if you're trying to make it to like like how we do for our ceremonies, instead of having all those kind of like components, the big components that take up a lot of space, you having those components, you can get everything to fit in one box with no problem.
Right. That's yeah. I had to look into that one. I know I've been really kind of buying my command center, which I posted on Instagram and Facebook the other day, and man, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Oh, look, I saw it. I was like, okay. So he got got the 4 screens, the laptop screen, and 3 additional screens, and then the laptop that has its own satellite. I said, yeah, you ready to take over? I was like, okay, you made me want to go and upgrade my command. I said, okay. I said, maybe the only thing I need is a satellite, and I'll be right there with him.
Listen, right now I'm trying to decide if I'm going to get a 4th screen. So there's a way to configure it to where it's all one picture. So right now I have it to where they display separate things on each screen. So I have 4 different things on each screen. But when I don't need that, I want it to be able to configure to where I can watch one big picture. Now there's a way to do it. I just have to figure it out how to do it. I might have to buy a separate. It's the splitter that I bought. It said I should be able to do it with this splitter,
right?
But I just haven't. I haven't played with it enough to really.
Which splitter did you get?
It's StarTech. It's a StarTech.
Is it the same one that I was telling you about?
No. So this one, I thought I sent you the picture of it. It's
you probably did.
I found this one, so I saw the one you had, and then I found this one, and the reason why I got this one is because it said I could send in four different inputs and I could split them, or I could combine it, and I could make that one picture. So that's why I got that one. Now
Okay.
again, like I said, I just have to figure out how to do it. I just hadn't had time to really figure it out. And then I got the Elgato Key Light Air um, lights. Man, I love those things. Literally, with my Steam Deck, I could hook them up to Wi-Fi. I hit the one button, they come on. I can adjust like the lighting on them. I mean, it's simple and easy. It's I love it. I mean, you saw the old setup that I had with the lighting and everything. I mean, everything is condensed down now. I mean, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
I'll tell you, look, you're in Korea, South Korea, and I'll tell you that's where all my stuff from DJing, I was able to, and I know some of the tech you got before you left, you just had ordered it.
Right.
But like a lot of stuff that I found out, especially in the electric market, um, that I was able to upgrade. That's what my video DJing. That's where I first learned how to start video DJing was in Tommy D's at Camp Humphreys, with the TV systems and how he had it all set up to the DJ booth. It blew my mind because I think it was like total of 10 TVs, and
Okay.
he had it set to where all 10 TVs can be controlled from the DJ booth. And
Okay.
he had those Pioneer DVD CD mixers, and those decks, and it was just blown away. So what he was ordering was he was using Primo only DVDs to play the music videos.
Right.
So that got me all into like that Mixmaster Fusion, and that's where I started to really learn how to video DJ.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Hey, shout out to Nuff Said. So he was gonna be on tonight. Unfortunately, he had a passing in his family. So condolences to him and his family. Um, but shout out to the homie Nuff Said. Hopefully, we can have him on again at a later time.
Definitely. I'm sorry to hear that. Keep prayers out for his family. I mean, actually, I don't know what's going on today. Well, I can say is that I had two members of our skate group both had some major car accidents today within 15 minutes of each other. So I'm praying for everybody and hoping they turn out. DJ Nuff said, "Look, we're praying for you and your family as well, man."
Absolutely. Listen, and if y'all are not following him on Twitch and social media,
Oh
definitely go
man, he
follow
is
him.
blowing up.
Listen,
He is blowing up. I've never seen someone blow up so quick and so fast, and I'm like,
exactly.
make me want to learn how to look. I try to look. I lost my patience with Twitch. I'm still confused on how that works.
Listen, I hit him up the other day, and I'm like, "Look, man, how do you get all that stuff to go across the screen and all the animation?" He was like, "Oh, that's
Man,
easy." I said, "Yeah, to you." I said, He was like, "Man, you got to do this." I said, "Look, I tell you what, I'm just gonna bring you on the podcast, and I'm gonna have you show me how to do it, because and I'm tech savvy, right?" And I was just like, "Man,
I am
look."
too. Hey, I'm like when he gets on there, I'm gonna make sure I have my pen and paper to take some notes because I'm telling you that Twitch, I was so lost and so confused when I got on it because I never really used that application before. And he says we're gonna get it right. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh
Hey,
yeah. Trust me, because like I'm watching like this dude, like he got his own production. What's going on? I'm like I think he done took over Tyler Perry's position on Twitch or something.
yeah,
Because he
he's doing
was
his thing over
yeah,
there.
he is. He really is.
And listen, and keep a look. I said keep a lookout on him, because he also has up and coming podcasts where he's gonna be playing, and he's gonna have his music. So I mean, he got some big things on the horizon. So like I said, he's on the up and coming. Like he's hot right now. So
He is. He definitely is. Because every time I see when he posts it, and I see his flyers are getting real good. I said, man, this thing. And I tried going in one time, and I finally caught one of his shows, and I was like, man, this is. I said, I guess when I retire from DJ, I can just do that. I was like, because he was just like, I mean, because like physically, you ain't got to do, but just you connect in. So I was like, well, you ain't got to worry about carrying equipment. You ain't got to worry about setting up. I'm like,
Right.
yeah, that might be the way to go,
Exactly.
especially
Exactly.
for us old folks.
So yeah. If like I said, if you're not following him, definitely go give him a follow on the social links. It's DJ Nuff said, and then Family First Entertainment. So he's doing some very good things. But yeah, man, so how again being gone, I know you said the industry is kind of really picking up right now.
It's
Uh,
it's getting crazy. I mean,
so for just
ooh,
kind of for people who are still kind of skeptic on wanting to come in, what would be your advice for people who are still kind of on that fence of should I do it?
well, I know the one DJ Shannon May. I've been working with her, and so the next phase for her is to show her how to set up equipment.
Okay.
Now, my biggest thing is this: is that if you're going to get into this, you really need to know how to do everything before you really start to push yourself. Really learn all the from learn your music, learn how to use your controller, learn how to use your software, understand how to set up your speakers, understand sound, get a good understanding of that before you really step out there. But then when you step out there, don't half step. Push it forward. And I think that's one of the things that I tell people is if you're serious about this business, you really need to go ahead and and be about the business. One of the biggest things that's hurting DJs is they are afraid to advertise.
Hmm.
And when I say that, I'm not just talking about posting stuff on Facebook. I'm talking about going out and doing the number one thing that promotes DJs, and that is the Google Business page.
Hmm.
And and don't get me wrong, I don't know what's going on with Google, but they're making it extremely difficult now to do a business page.
Right.
And I mean, and networking, that's the biggest piece is networking. And so, like, I know one of the things that I do to promote DJs is I say, look, give me an 8x10 flyer so I can promote you. Nothing better than having
Exactly.
someone. Yeah, and that's one of the biggest things about networking is it's like we have to push it. It's like me, I know like lately, I'm not sure if y'all been seeing, I've been getting phone calls left and right for like proms, last minute events because they can't find DJs. And then in some cases, you have DJs that are canceling at the last minute, which makes us all look bad.
Right.
And so that's one of the biggest things I stress here. If you're going to get out here, don't half step.
Exactly.
Do not half step. Get out here, do your thing. Push it full forward. My thing is, and if you want some experience to build up your experience, do like I do. Do community events. Don't see. And this is the thing that I this is one of my building blocks was I did a lot of community stuff for free and still do. And I think that helped me understand how to really work with my equipment was being able to test it in an area where providing entertainment to people, but at the same time, I'm learning my equipment.
Right.
And so that's kind of like I call it like a lab in the sense where you're going out, you're testing some theories of yours on how you want your equipment to work, how you want to play your music, how to interact with different types of people. So it's really good to start off and do community events. And then again, you don't have to do it for free, but do it to where okay, I'll charge you $120 to whatever it is, so you can get the experience. Now,
Right.
if you feel confident to where you're a great DJ, then your prices need to go up.
Right.
One of the
Absolutely.
biggest things I did when I first started off, I was only charging $250. Didn't really understand, didn't know the market, didn't understand the market back then. I mean, I have a clear after 10 years now, I have a very clear understanding and understand like my value. But you have to build up your value. You can't come
Right.
into this game and then immediately jump in to where you want to charge somebody $1,000 and you don't have the experience. So, but that's just my way of building, like you said, networking. Because like it's DJ, it's said was it, it's DJ's enough said.
DJ Nuff said, right.
Enough said. It's like I saw it's DJ. I was like, oh wait a minute, DJ enough said. One of the biggest things he said is networking, and I know
Yeah.
I've met some really great DJs within the last 2 weeks. I've put stuff out there to help out these schools. They're trying to find DJs for proms, and I've had like DJs step up to the plate and take on these jobs. And I know like the last 2 weekends, I've heard nothing but good things about them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we do, is we support and promote each other.
Absolutely.
And we got, and then these other DJs out here that I know like it's like we're causing self-infliction in our industry, is when you sign up to be a DJ and then you cancel at the last minute, and you don't have a game plan on how to help that customer or client out, you make us all look bad.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's 100% on point. I know even like,
but see, the other thing was when you first started, Chris, let me ask you this.
okay.
What did you do? What was your advertisement method when you first started?
So my method was throw everything everything out there, because I didn't really know what worked. So I tried everything. I tried, Facebook. I tried LinkedIn. I tried word of mouth. Basically, I just did everything because, I just didn't know what worked. So, I would volunteer for community events in Goldsboro. Whether I got it or I didn't get it, I would do it. And I still do, do community events when I'm there.
Right.
The hardest part is being there. Here it seems to be lately.
Right. It's hard to do it from Korea, yeah.
Right.
I mean, what you could do though is you could tap into your satellite and beam in that way,
Right. All right. Like DJ Duff said, get on Twitch and everything, and I just, stream it, But yeah, I did it. I just did a little bit of everything. Like I tried the method of everything, and if it worked, I stuck with it. If it didn't, I just kept moving on. And then that's when I really kind of got up with you, and you told me, hey, look, you're doing all of this, but you're not working. And I didn't know what that really meant. And I said, what do you mean? You said, well, you're doing all this work out there, but you don't have anything to capture it. Where's your pictures? Where is this? Where is that? And like I told you, I said, well, I hate being in front of the camera. I hate this. And you're like, well, you're in the wrong business, bud. And I said, okay, well, I guess I got to change that. So I started changing that. And, I started getting in front of the camera. I started taking pictures. I started posting my work and started posting products and what I was putting out there, the quality. And, then, of course, the word of the mouth and the reviews, everything started to correlate. Right. And that's when things really picked up.
Yeah, because, I mean, your picture, one of your pictures that you just posted, I'm like, dang, I said, how do you get that picture? That's a beautiful picture. So I'm like, well, I said, look, making me have to work harder now. I'm like, okay, let me.
Yeah, but to circle back, like Javar said, what you were talking about, and I don't mean it was bad for business. Like, yeah, bad for business.
What's bad for business? What do you mean by that?
When you were saying, DJs that cancel at the last minute, and don't have a plan for the client,
right? And I know we like my network, and I should say the network that we're all in. We gotta stay in the. There you go. One of the networks I was in, we had one DJ, pretty much caught COVID, and he reached out to me. He asked me if I could, help him out, and that's like sure. And I think that's one of the biggest pieces is that when one DJ goes down, if another DJ is available, we should be able to step in and go from there. Flyers, posts, mixed promotions, even helping other DJs. So I mean, I like every time I see a DJ post something, and I think you're absolutely DJ Nuff said you're absolutely right. I promote other DJs because one thing I want all the DJs to understand is we're not competing with each other. We should only be competing with ourselves.
Right.
And when other DJs are doing events or doing things, especially in the public, is important. Being tagged in other companies' posts. That's a big piece right there. Is
Yep.
when people put like take time out to put you in there, that lets you know that you're doing something good.
Absolutely.
They really like your craft.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the biggest part. And one of the other things I want to stress, because I saw something like this happen the other day, is DJs have to understand your environment. If you're going to do a formal event, you got to dress up for the occasion.
Yeah.
I saw this the other time and I was kind of confused. Um, it was a wedding, community over competition,
Exactly.
competition, competing, competition. That's what it is.
Competition. Right. Competition.
Yeah. Competing competition. But that's one of the biggest things I saw is like, dude was dressed up. He had on tennis shoes, jeans. He had a blazer on. I mean, don't get me wrong, he had a blazer, but it wasn't appropriate for a wedding.
Right.
It really wasn't. I mean, the blazer kind of made it almost appropriate, but it really wasn't appropriate. And again, I'm not going to tell nobody how to dress or what to dress, but all I'm going to say is that you need to fit your part because, believe it or not, what you do at someone else's event, you're actually advertising who you are to other potential clients.
Exactly.
And so, if you're serious about this business and you want to be a professional, then you need to present yourself as a professional.
100%. I know there's been times where I've taken an event and, they were really, you'll kind of keep pushing for that detail, like, what is this a formal event? And they kind of leave that detail out or whatnot. And sometimes, I rarely ever not have a polo or something, and I still feel like I'm underdressed because, like you say, I always like to dress par to the event,
Right.
whether it's more formal. But a lot of times they're like, "Well, you look fine," others say you're fine, but it's still a personal preference for me. And a lot of times I know last year, every wedding, I pretty much had a full suit on. And most of the time they say you don't need a full suit, we're gonna just be in jeans. But for me, it was just a presentation thing. For me was I would start out full suit, of course, and then when we get into the reception, the dancing part of it, I would probably come out of the jacket, but I would still have this tie and everything. But once we got all the formalities out of the way, of course, I would come out of the jacket, and we're in the dancing portion. I would get a little bit comfortable out of the jacket, but for the most part, I was still in a full suit.
And that's why I said me, I always wear like a vest, with a
Right.
straight tie or bow tie because I'm a big guy, so I need a suit. I'll be like I went swimming in my clothes because my limbs down. I mean, I sweat a lot with just a vest on, so having
Right.
a jacket, boy, I'm like, whew, like throwing oceans left and right, but all that sweat. Um, so I mean, like my thing is dress the part, but dress comfortable at the same time. But yeah. But I will say this, and I'm not sure if this is a new trend or old trend, but I noticed this year I've actually had to say no to customers for providing services because there is a high demand to play music with cuss words in it at
Okay.
weddings.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's a new trend or what. I know that since this year I've actually had to turn down three customers for that reason. Technically two and a half, but I'm gonna say three because I wound up having to say no at the end. It almost
Right.
went through, but no. And I again don't understand it, don't know it, don't care, because it's just not something I'm going to do. So I know I had posted that out there a couple of times. Hey, you got a bride and groom looking for someone who's willing to play dirty music, and
Right.
pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
has that been something now? How do you handle situations like that?
I'm same as you. Like if it's a wedding, I for me, I won't take it. because I know, I think about the elders, and then I think about friends. So I want everybody to come and have a good time. I've been at weddings helping out or running a photo booth. They just hired me for photo booth, and it was been other DJs. Not none in our little, our network, but just in random. And they were playing unedited music, and auntie, grandma, all of them are back there with me in the booth, sitting there like, we're just gonna come sit back here all night because we don't want to hear that music. And so, not being a DJ, having that second service, that I've gone out to weddings and seen it firsthand, people not being able to enjoy a day that's supposed to be for celebration. For me, I just don't want to be I don't want to be the face of that, to where somebody's not having a good time. So I always tell my clients that you need to think of everybody when you're doing a reception, because for me, how I look at it and what I explain to them is, ceremony is for you. That's your ceremony. Reception is still for you, but it's also, you're asking others to celebrate with you. So when you're asking them to come celebrate with you in the reception, now you're kind of incorporating them into your party. So you have to kind of think about them as well. So if you know that they're not going to like that cussing and all that, then you should be a little courteous and not put that in there. You shouldn't. You should go unedited.
And I'll be honest with you, and I think I'll be rebuilding my playlist for clean. There's a lot of music out there. It's quite a bit. But like one of the things that when it comes to DJs, if you're in a professional record pool, it's not hard to go clean. Um, to make, I mean, like I know last, I think what was the last time we did something, we talked about the new record pool that we discovered.
Hmm.
Um, and it's just like that record pool is a beast.
Right.
Actually, since this year, I've actually cut off all my other record pools, and I only paid $20. I went from paying $300 a month for record pools down to just paying $20 with just one record pool,
Right.
and that makes a big difference because I go in there, and even with DJ Cheney May, training her, she signed up for that record pool,
Hmm.
and it's just been, she's able to go in and get music like it ain't nothing, and she
Nothing.
she loves it because like you go in there and you type in one song, you get like all the remixes, the clean edit, the dirty edit, the
Right.
extended edit, the remix, 5,000 to it. It's like you get everything that was out there on that song, and most of the stuff. Now there's still some record pools that have some unique music, but that one pretty much has majority of the music.
Absolutely. So something funny. So when I made that transition out of the club scene to weddings, like you said, it wasn't hard. I still had clean music because I still did other
Right.
events outside the club, but um, going back to club style over here, because more stuff over here is club style. So going back to club style, I was struggling to find a lot of the dirty stuff. I was like, oh man, so I had to rebuild my other playlist, my club playlist. So when I first got here and I was waiting on everything to get here, my turntables or my controller, I was in the record pool. I was probably in that for hours, just rebuilding my club set, because again, when I go to weddings, it's all clean, you know.
Right.
So, or when I would do a sweet 16 or something, it was all clean, proms. Um, so I had to actually rebuild my club stuff, which, so that I kind of found that kind of funny.
And see me, I know. See where you're at, you have to go club because there's really not much more you can do over there.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I say Korea was the last place I did a club scene. But see, the club scene over there is different than here in the United States, and I think that's the biggest piece. Like especially like for me, I was DJing on the bass, and so that atmosphere based on Army guidance, it was easy to do the club scene.
Right.
Now, when you step off that base, The club scene is nothing like the United States. It is completely nothing like the United States. If and a lot of people who've been to Korea and who have gone to the club in Korea know going to the club in Korea is nothing like going to the club in the United States. There's a whole different atmosphere. And
Yeah.
then the Koreans that go to the club scenes, they take the club scene to a whole different level.
Yeah. So I know a lot of what they like is the TikTok songs,
Mm-hmm.
R&B and hip hop. You do have your EDM clubs.
Right.
You
I said
know,
the EDM
right.
EDM is extremely popular. I know Europe is popular, then it's also for Asian. And then I know when I was over there, B-boy music was extremely popular back in 2006, 2008.
Right. So what is there any new equipment that's out there you're looking at?
Right now, me, I just say I'm more so building up my video capability. And I think that's where my focus has been at is to where I'm able to do more for video. I mean, the only thing I've purchased recently dealing with DJing was just the wash lights.
Okay.
But my primary my more so focused on building up my video because like right now I have a lot of events coming up. Like today I had a photo shoot in Raleigh.
Hmm.
So like my photography and videography skill set is coming up and my equipment, I'm building up my equipment for those two areas as well. Cause like today I did a photo shoot with Miss Christina Caper. She's graduating this. I'm so proud of her. She's graduating on Saturday. So we did a photo shoot. We did over 400 pictures today. She had three different outfits. So we went and did the work for that photo shoot.
Right.
And then I got another event coming up where I'm going to be doing video interviews. Technically, that's going to happen I think on Thursday.
Okay.
Um, so I got that this week, and then the actual event they're doing a graduation ceremony. So I'm going to be live streaming and broadcasting that. This past weekend, same thing, live streamed it, video recorded. So I'm really bringing up my videography and my photography skill set. So I'm trying to build up to where I'm not just a DJ, but I can do photography and videography too.
Nice. Nice. So I tell you what I'm looking at. You already know I'm looking at some speakers. So I'm looking at the new the Maui I think it's the Maui 28 G3s. So you know they have the Maui 44. So those have been a staple in the DJ community amongst the elite, you know, the ones that are rich that
Mhm.
I can't afford them. They're expensive. I think just for one set it's like close to 5 6 grand for one set. So I can't afford them.
Yeah.
But they're coming out with the newer ones. And when I saw the pre-sale, I think it was around 16 1700 a set. So I was like, okay, that's more of my price range.
Right. Right.
I might can swing that. So I've been looking at that, and then I'm also looking at the QSC. What is it? The KS or the KS 18. Oh, what is it? 181. I think it is the sub
Right.
3600 watt sub. So uh, that one is something that I'm looking at as well. So those probably will be added to my inventory here soon. See, DJ Nuff said mics and secondary setup something not too heavy. Yeah, absolutely. That's why
Right.
I want why I want the Maui because those it's a column array. So I want that Maui because like I said, that probably actually turned into my primary setup, and then it's not heavy.
Right.
And
And that's I think we're all sitting going that route to where we're trying to go with something more simpler. Because even though you know those what are they little T top consoles that they're using, I
yeah,
call
you talking about the furniture.
right. The actual now they're going down on their prices.
Some are, man. So I really wanted the Bun booth because he has the rails. the amp racks for your equipment and where you can install your equipment. But man, when I looked at it, that thing was still close to close to like $4,000.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. See, I mean, I'm telling you, it's amazing because I'm starting to see prices go down, which is kind of like I'm starting to wonder because even the one that I was looking at, I know it used to be $1,900, is now 15.
Well, you know that factory, the chip factory, is what drove the price up last year when it burnt down, and I guess
Right,
now everything is starting to come back into production. So
right,
I'm hoping everything's get oversaturated and it really drops down.
right. Because like the lighting, I mean, just like the my Bluetooth lighting is like the light systems were 219, they're now going for 179.
Exactly.
So that blew my mind. And then the Chave, a lot of the Chave equipment is going down. The lighting, the prices are starting to go down.
Right.
And then even the video equipment, um, a lot of the video, like all my video, the video mixer, the video cameras, the Zoom cameras, they're actually going down. They dropped them $50 on those.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like I guess things are starting to shift to where things are going back to our normal prices because the way the prices were going up, I was like, I think what happened was a lot of DJs had to stop buying that stuff because it was getting too expensive.
I was about to say, listen, I was about to say, if they kept going up, I ain't buying nothing else. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's
right.
the bun boost. Yeah,
That's
that's
so that's the one I wanted. But like I said, there been I think he's only gonna make what another 15, 20 or something like that, and then after that he's done.
done.
Uh,
Yeah.
but like I said, they're like still close to like $4,000, and
Mhm.
then I was like, man. But I know Pro X has one. Pro X has one. I think it's like around 25, somewhere around
No,
there.
that's you know what the Pro X ones are the one I'm talking about. They dropped down in prices because like they got one that's like 14, was it $1,488? And it used to be that same one used to be
Oh,
like close to
well,
19.
hey, I think we missed out on Bond. He said, DJ Enough said, sold last one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Hey, Tavares, I guess we missed out.
Mm. But yeah, the
Well,
Pro X though, I'm telling you, the Pro X, their prices are going down. Um, and I think the Pro X, I don't know what happened, but like all of a sudden their prices started to go down. I think they were overpriced anyway. I always thought they were overpriced. Um, but they're now going down in price to where now I'm starting to think about getting one.
well, there's another company. I forgot. I'll follow them on Instagram. Um, but they make it with they make them with what's that plastic? I can't remember, but they put all the lights and stuff, and then you can get them custom made and
Right,
whatnot. So
right. I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
That is
but I
that is hold on. I know exactly who you're talking about. That is
I can't think of their name, but they have different ones, and um, so I think there's around 2,500.
you're not talking about no, you're not talking about Odyssey. You're talking about
Odyssey. I can't think of their name.
I know exactly who you're talking about. That's what I'm trying to see if I can find it real fast. And it is nope, that's not them. Oh, that's
So
nice.
Danny Max has one. I know Rachel, what's her name? DJ Rachel. She uses Danny Max. He has a pretty good one that I was looking at.
Yeah, because Odyssey, Odyssey is trying to do something, but they're a little too late. They come into the game late.
Let me see if I forgot the name of that booth.
So I know Pro X is one I've been paying. I've been watching those, um, and paying close attention to those. I want to. It's not Pro X. It's
No, it's like it's like a U, I think.
what is the name?
Yeah, it'll come up on my feed at some
Yeah,
point.
that's what I'm looking. I'm looking to my feed because it came up one time for mine, and like what you call it, I was like, there's a couple of knockoff companies that are trying to do the blow up DJ booths. Have you seen those yet?
No, I haven't seen those.
And I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not feeling that um, because it's an inflatable DJ booth with a wall. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Let me see if I can find a picture on it. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. It's like it's crazy because it's a blow up DJ booth and it comes with a wall and it's like I mean it would probably be good for like parties and event. I wouldn't use it at a wedding. But I'm seeing yeah, here it is. This is crazy. And then they got and it's what's called Ally Express. Have you heard of them before?
No.
And so they're the ones that's like I guess it's another one of those companies that they're out here trying to sell stuff. But yeah, this is here. I'm gonna see if I can share this with y'all. Let me see so I can show you because you know that's a new thing now that's coming out is the inflatable stuff. Have you been keeping up or seeing that?
No, because I have that excuse me. I have the inflatable the inflatable photo booth enclosure, but that's about it.
Well, let me show you this. Let me see if I can do share screen. And then they actually got this inflatable um room, or I should say, entire building where you could actually have an event inside this inflatable thing. It's the Chinese they're distributed. Yeah.
I cannot find this company to save my life now.
So this is the DJ booth.
Oh,
Try
let
to
me
see.
hear. I got you. Give me 1 second. All right.
So it's kind of gotten to the point now where inflatable stuff is coming out. So this is the DJ booth. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see it now. Nah, I don't think
So
I
they're
would trust
saying,
that.
yeah, I saw it and it's like this is the bar, but they say you can use a DJ booth or as a bar system. And I looked at this thing, I said, there's no way in the world I would use this because um is the booth and the table well, it's like why would I and then nowadays people can be do some cruel stuff. They come in and stick it with a pin, you're screwed.
Yeah. Nah, I don't think I would trust that.
Same thing with the blow up house, AliExpress. The same thing with the blow up house. I just yeah, you get a couple of people drunk, but your house gonna be tore up.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I like good concept, but that might not go over too well.
Yeah. That. Yeah. I don't. No, I think I leave that where it stays. Yeah.
But then here I want to show you since I got this thing up. Like here, um, where is it? I just had it up. Okay, DJ booth. Like this one here, the Pro X, all the Pro X's went down in price. And I'm not sure. How do you feel? What do you think of this thing? I've been watching this thing ever since it came out, and
So,
I don't know.
excuse me. Allergies are going crazy out here. um. So I like it. Um. But if you can see right there in the opening, my only gripe about it is it doesn't have the rails for your equipment. Um, now I'm pretty sure you can, engineer and put the amp racks in there, you know.
Mhm.
So I would just want my equipment to sit in there. I don't want to have to. put equipment in there, take it out. I would want my microphones and my
Mhm.
power conditioner and everything to just stay in
Mhm.
there. And then, you know, at that bottom where that hole is, of course, just run your power cord out. And then I would probably find a way to, you can go get those, what is it, the wire
Yeah,
organizers,
the
and
wire
you can,
managers, right?
right, right, you can stick it along the back, and I would probably, gorilla glue or hot glue something to keep it permanent fixture back there, and then just kind of stick them, run them up the back with the XLR up the back and up the top, and then whenever you're ready, you just unplug them, and then you pick your top up, so your top, is unplugged.
Mhm.
That's how I would envision doing it. Um, and then I probably would also have a disconnect at the bottom, so I don't have to run a cable out. So I would, I don't know if you saw my controller case, how I made that
Mhm.
plug.
Mhm.
So I got just a regular um, power conditioner, and then I cut the plug in off, and then I put it in. I went to a electrical store and I bought the adapter. So now I drilled a hole on that back right there. So I turned it into like an outlet, and then I would just plug up. I would just have it to where you plug it up, and then it runs to the wall, and then I would, go and I would buy my XLR. Um, I don't even know what the proper terms are for, but I would basically customize that case to where you just plug it into the bottom.
Mhm.
Everything is plugged into the case. There's no wires having to come out of it. It's just everything you plug into the case. The wires sit into there, and they stay on the inside. So the only thing you're plugging, you're unplugging is that base, and then your wire plugs like right there before where the base disconnects. I mean, that would be me.
And see me like this. Just to me, I would have to change so much stuff on how I do things, because the spacing. I mean, like I was looking at like here. If I actually had to put like where would I put my video mixer? Um,
Right,
it was just so many different things and so many different components. Because like you take this for example, I mean, don't get me wrong, and I tell people this all the time. This right here, the American. Whoa, that why the thing? Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why I said that, but okay. But like this right here, stop zooming. Let me go back because it kept zooming. Um, let's do this one, Sweetwater. But like with this one here, I got two of these. Um,
right,
and to me, this was the best thing since sliced bread because it gives you so many options.
right.
And see, even now, I'm not sure if you have seen the new clamp table extenders for this thing, but
No,
it has the new clamp table extenders, and they're not that expensive.
no, I haven't
So
seen them.
I got two of them, and so I can put one extender on each side, and it just clamps onto the pole, and it's sturdy. So when you clamp on there, like for me, I can put my paperwork on one side, and then I can put my microphones on the other one. And then what I also did was the clamp on shelf that
Right,
pulls out and push it. I've actually added on a clamp on shelf to where I can pull it out and push it back in. And so like this thing here, like the one that I have built the wheels and stuff for it.
right,
Um,
right,
and I think someone saw that in the video that I had where my entire DJ setup is able to be put inside this thing. The only thing I couldn't put in here were the speakers, but my light, everything I need is put into this because I built the floor with wheels on it. So now all I gotta do is roll this thing in, take everything out. So the only thing I have to bring in extra is the speakers and the TVs.
right. Do you have the picture of the one with the TV installed on it to show
Those,
everybody?
oh, mine.
Yeah, because I
Okay,
like the way you did that.
let's see here. We go back.
We can.
I got it right here.
Okay.
I think because that was an actual school event. Let me do it the quick way. This is a smaller TVA. The one you was talking about was a bigger one.
Right.
Which was this one here.
Right.
Not really centered, but yeah, this is a 50. I think this is this is a 50 inch. The only thing like I've done before is when I don't use the cover, I'm able to center it dead center, and because of the way the bar system is set up. And I've seen a lot of DJs. They actually they got a cover built to where they can hang their TV dead in the middle.
Okay.
So like here, the way this is set up here, this piece here comes off. So
Right.
I'm able to hang the TV right here, and so it has a better look to it.
Right.
So
Right.
when you get a 50 inch or a 60 inch, it covers majority of this. So you really don't need a cover.
Right.
But I've seen a couple of DJs, what they've done is they've actually purchased a cover and they cut it out to where they're able to put a TV there. They put slots in there so they can actually put a TV in there without it being an issue.
Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't be hard. Just take it to a seamstress and let them know, like, you want a 1 inch, a slit, and then they
That's it.
just sew it up so it
And put
doesn't
hems
break.
and stuff on it to make
Right.
it look easy.
Exactly. Exactly.
So, but
Okay.
that's why I tell people all the time, this American DJ table, it gives you so many you can be very creative with this. And it's not as expensive as some of the other ones. But this is pretty
Right.
much, to me, it is very sturdy. So I have a silver one and I have a black one.
So yeah, I love that thing. I purchased one as well, and I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody who is a little bit had too much to drink and have come up, and I mean that thing has saved my equipment.
It's because it's
So
extremely sturdy. It's like it's drunk proof, is what I call it. It's because
right.
it's
It
not
might
gonna not.
it might slide, but it don't. That's
It
about
ain't
it.
gonna. Mm-hmm. And
So
then
I
like
mean
me,
that exactly. So I mean I've been very happy with it, and it's pretty quick and easy to set up as well.
right? And see me, what I did, like I was explaining, someone asked a question about this one here. So like this one here, this is the black one. So this one is set up to where it's a portable one. So the other one that I have, the silver one, is actually built on wheels. Um, and I think that's the one to where, oh wow, some old setups. Um, let's see, DJ setup. So here, this is more convenient if I can find it. Um, wow, we got a little too much extra stuff here. So like this, there, yeah, I remember this. This right here was nice, but it is too much extra work. I had to cut back on that one.
Right,
Um,
right.
I cannot find it. Let me find the video because I know I got the video. But the video it just shows how easy it is to where everything fits in one cart, and you can just roll it in. And I think someone saw that and they're like, "Wow, that was smart." But all I did was it's just because I'm a work all by myself type of DJ. That labor I'm trying, you got to make it easier to. Okay, I got way too much stuff.
Look at that. That's that promotion.
Yeah, way too much. I was looking for something, I can't find it. Okay, I think it's coming up now. But it's like wow, way too much promotion. There it is. I think this is it. Yep, this is it. So here, this cart, as you can see, all my equipment is on this cart. So all I do is I just roll it in and I just pull all my lights. Everything is like, because when you build that floor with the wheels on it, you can set, like me, I clamp all my lights. All my lights are clamped in there. And when I say clamp, it's like I don't have to put it in a bag. It just I clamp it to it so it holds everything in place. So I'm able to just roll in. So my setup, so the only other trips I got to make is for the speakers and the TVs.
Right.
And I think that's that's it. And see, like a lot of people ask me, why did I go back to the K12s, the QSC K12s? Well, I had to make adjustment because the Bose speakers, some of the venues is like when I don't have the space, I can't use the Bose anymore because it takes up because like with these QSCs, I can shrink them down to where I can come a little bit more tighter. But I got this, so I might as well show this too. So these are the wash lights, and you see how powerful those lights are.
Right. Yeah.
Which you already know because you have some.
Right. Exactly.
So it's like those are some extremely powerful lights.
Yeah. Yep. And like you said, not for the price. No, it's not a bad price.
It's really not. Yeah, it's a really good price. And then a lot of DJs, I want to stress to people with ZZ Sounds, and that's another secret, is if you're getting started, and I'm just since I got, I might as well just go ahead and show that too, because I know you're familiar with ZZ Sounds.
Yep.
We talked
ZZ
about
Sounds,
that.
AMS, all of them.
So, and I want to show this to a lot of DJs, and I know a lot of my DJs that I've been training, working with, and I stress to them
Sweetwater's
that
another
you
one.
don't have to. You don't have to go out here and spend all this money. I think we were talking about that with speakers. You don't really have to go out there and spend all that money all at one time. And what you do is you'll get these items and you can actually go through and let's say, I'll just use this for example. It gives you options. So here you can have your equipment and pay small payments a month. So like here, let's say if you want to get a DJ stand, that's 12 months. All you have to do is pay $45. So think about it. How many gigs will you do in 1 month? If you're doing 2 to 3 gigs a month, you can slowly but surely pay this off or maintain that payment.
Right. Yeah.
And that's why I stress to people, like, you can come in here and build your whole DJ setup of what you need. So let's say, okay, I'm gonna get a cart. We're gonna add this to the cart. So let's say speakers. Okay, what kind of speakers we want, Chris?
I mean, I'm a believer. I'm a believer of QSC now.
Okay, I've
Or if
always
you want to put those Maui's, but I'm a believer of QSC now. QSC
so we're
is
gonna go
handling me down.
QSC. Okay, so ooh, dang, they went up in price.
Did they?
Yeah.
What are they running now?
1,000?
They went down. They went down. They went down.
The QSC K12s?
The K12.2, that they just 1,000, they went down.
I could have sworn they were okay. You know what? Never mind. That was because I bought mine. Mine was expensive.
Yeah, they went down. I paid well over that for mine. And that was just a year ago.
Okay. So if we were just starting, let's say we're not going to go with the K12s. We're going to let's start with let's go with the smaller ones here. So we'll click on this one and we're going to add 2 of these. So we're going to come here. We're going to add 2. All right. Okay, we got our speakers. What kind of control you think we should get? We get now. Keep in mind we're just starting. What kind of
Oh,
control?
okay. See, I thought we were gonna get fancy. I was gonna say either go with the, I was gonna go with the Flex 10, or I was gonna go with that, that. uh, well, you know what? Go with the Flex 4. I mean, that's not too fancy, right?
The flex.
The Flex 4. Oh, it's a Flex 6. What is it? Flex? Yeah, the Flex 4. Yeah, look at that. See, $200. That's not fancy. Yeah, look at that. See, I'm a bargain shopper.
I see that. Let me see here. Let me
Yeah,
see what
look at
we're
that.
working with.
$300. Yeah, look at that.
Let me
Hey, if
see what
y'all,
we're
y'all
working
listen, y'all want to get up and running, come to me. I got you.
with. See now me. Now okay, if we get this, then we have to get a mixer.
I tell you, the only thing I don't like about some of the beginning controllers are that they are USB powered. That's my only gripe is on your beginner level controllers. If they got rid of that, I tell you what, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably be buying beginner level, entry level controllers. To be honest with you.
See me, this right here is just I don't like this one because it like you really have to rely on a mixer. And then
Okay,
like you said,
what about the Rev? So not the Rev 7, but I think it's a Rev. I think Rev 3 or something like that. The one underneath the Rev 7.
the red.
Rev REV. Just put
Oh,
REV.
Rev. Oh, REV.
Yeah, and then I know Rev 7 is the professional. That's their flagship. But I don't know if I forgot what the other one is. No, REV.
Oh, oh. I think I heard of them. Oh, they might not have them.
Just go with Rev. Yeah, don't even put a 5. Just put Rev. See if it pulls up. Because like I said, I know Rev 7, but I don't remember what the one under Rev 7 is.
Ooh.
Oh, Rev
Rev
1.
1.
Okay, Rev 1. All right, there you
Okay,
go.
so let's take a look at Rev 1. All right, so let's see what we're working with here. We got what type of connection do we have?
It's still gonna be
USB.
USB.
See,
But then I thought they had XLR, but it might still be quarter inch and RCA.
so they're still RCA's.
Yeah.
See, that's the only thing. See, that's the only thing I don't like about some of these, like, so these newer ones. Let me just see here, and I know Newmark is not. Let me see. I don't think they really their stuff kind of went down.
Oh man, if I had just looked in the chat, my man said hooked me up. Or not said Tavares, Rev 1.
They said Rev 1.
Yeah, and then simple hookup. Yep.
See, it's again.
See, I got
I mean,
excited. We talking about equipment. I got excited.
see, that's what I don't know what's going on. See, all the new controllers are coming to where they're USB powered, and I
Well,
really don't
so
like that.
most of your entry level controllers are all
True, they're
USB,
USB
and then
powered, right?
once you step up, they become regular powered.
So like this, okay. So this is the Mix Factor. This is the Mix Streams Pro. All right, so we're gonna add this one. I'm just gonna throw this one in there. I
Okay,
mean,
did it?
so we're gonna add
Tavares
this.
said the Flex 6 had the XLR. I didn't. We might have
He,
overlooked
oh,
that.
did he? Okay, let's go back to the Flex 6.
See, my first choice was right. Look at that.
Okay, let's go back to the Flex 6. Okay, Flex 6. Let's go back and look at that connection capability.
Oh wait, no, I didn't say
Where
Flex.
my
Did
pictures
I
at?
say
Okay.
Flex?
Okay. No, it doesn't have XRL. And it's still USB powered.
Go. Yeah. Well, I thought. Yeah. No.
See, that's why I just don't trust that USB power thing. Because you know how USB power it'll flake on you every now and then.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna look just for now. This is a beginner one. This is they're gonna learn.
Okay.
So we're gonna go. We'll stick with the Newmark for right now because Newmark has it to where they don't need a mixer. But
Okay.
if they're going to use microphones, they're going to get a mixer. So, like, if you were going to get a mixer, what mixer would you get? Again, this is
Uh, I mean, I've had decent Soundcraft. I've had decent um Pioneer, but I would say, I mean, coming out, starting out, I mean, I know most that everybody get is your Soundcraft. So I mean, you go Soundcraft just to start out.
see. Let me see what Soundcraft is all about.
I don't. I've had Mackie. I don't really care for Mackie.
I will never use a Mackie when it comes to sound. I would never use a Mackie because I've heard so many horror stories.
So in my ceremony rig right now, I have a Mackie, and it's okay. It's not the best. I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't purchase it again. Um, I have Pioneer. Pioneer is decent, but Pioneer is pricey. So of course, Pioneer. Once you go to Pioneer, you're gonna be paying a little bit more. Personas is good, but again, once you get up to Personas, you're gonna be paying a little bit more money.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what else is it? Does Midas even make one anymore? I know it used to make decent ones. I don't even know if they make anymore.
Wait, what are we talking about now?
Uh, Mixers.
See, me, I use Yamaha.
But so Yamaha's good, but I know they're pricey too.
No, they're cheap. Let me show you.
Tavares said he doesn't have any audio. Anybody in the chat? Can you guys hear us? Anybody else? Okay, enough said he can hear.
Okay. So like the Soundcraft. Now, see, this is a on a higher level. Did you start off with this?
No. Well, that's just an amp rack one. You don't. That's an amp rack one. I wouldn't even get an amp rack one. I would just get a
Right.
regular.
Regular mixer, right?
Right. But
Soundcraft.
Soundcraft has just regular mixes. But we could go for Yamaha. You could look at Yamaha.
Okay, like the one that's not that. Like I got one right now. There's power in the skating ring. It's big in the churches. Yeah. I mean Yamaha. I've had my Yamahas because I actually got 3 Yamaha mixers. Um, all my Yamahas are still. I mean, they're going strong over 10 years.
Right.
And like the one that I like to use, see, I also have the Bose digital mixer, and I let to people know don't buy a Bose digital mixer if you know nothing about sound.
Right.
Um, you that Bose will have you taking a college course to understand how to use it, because God knows it took me almost 2 years to understand how to use it.
Okay.
Like
All right. He said he got it now.
so here, and I think they just had another release of a new version. So like
So
this one right.
I was gonna say that one right there is the one. Yeah. So funny enough, right? When I first got out here, I told you I revamped sound system in
Mhm.
one of the units clubs, and that's the Yamaha I actually got for them. Uh, I had them purchase, and I put it in their little installation, and I mean that thing, yeah, we got it right. So they had active and passive in their establishment, and I got both of them working going through that Yamaha.
Yeah, the Yamaha is powerful, and the thing I like about all Yamaha, it gives you 4 connections out for speakers.
Right,
It gives you XRL and it gives you 1/4 inch.
right.
So we got our speakers, we got our mixer, our controller, and we have our mixer. Right now, and I wanted to show everybody this.
You gotta put your speaker stands.
Oh
You
yeah,
need some
that's
speaker
good.
stands,
So we gotta go back to our speaker stands.
and then just put like just start out like some cable XLR, just a pair of XLR cables. and we're gonna get them right.
Mm-hmm. What? $100?
Take the Mixstream Pro out. Is that
Take
you
the
talking about the new mark? Oh, so he said get the new mark. Here, let me throw it up on here.
okay.
So he said get the new mark NS F4X.
Okay. I
He
know what
said
you're
it
saying.
has 4 channels.
Okay. Well, let me get. So we're gonna grab these speaker stands right here because I think these are the cheapest ones I've seen. God, I remember when they used to be like $60 for two. It's been that long since I bought those. Okay, so we're gonna add those. So you said get rid of the mixer, the new mark.
Yep.
So we're gonna
And
trash
then
that.
we're gonna get new mark NSF4X. Nancy Sierra 4 Foxtrot X-ray.
Okay. So we got a mixer that okay, we're good. So let's go back and get the new mark. What is it called? New mark?
New mark. So Nancy Sierra 4 Foxtrot X-ray.
You don't have it.
They don't have it. Okay, they don't have enough said. I think you bought the last one.
Just type in NS and see what happens. Wow. Oh wow, they don't got their inventory went down for new mark. Hmm.
We might have to go back to that one we had for now.
Yeah, which was
This
which one
mixed
was
stream
that?
pro, the mixed stream pro. I think
This
you
one?
what right? Or was it? What else did you have?
Yeah, it was this one.
Okay,
So I think the Mixstream Pro, yeah, it's only 2 channel.
right. That's fine. We'll go with that one for now, for just sake of
Okay.
demonstration.
So for here, so now, okay, we gotta take. We're not gonna do the wires because the wires
Okay.
that's a.
I mean,
We're
that's
gonna do
$30 or so. So that's
yeah.
not that big a deal.
So here we're looking at if you do 12 months, that's $245.50. I mean 47 cents. So you're looking at almost a little bit under $3,000 worth of equipment, and that's just getting started.
Right. Yep. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, to get started, like for a full setup, from start to finish of a full setup. Granted, a lot of people are like, well, that's a lot of money for 12 months if I don't have an event. Yes, yes,
That is, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
correct.
I mean,
But
because like most DJs, like, and the thing is, if you're building yourself up and you're able to get at least 2 events, you're good.
right,
Um, you're doing okay. And to me, my budget when I first started off was I would only allocate $300 towards equipment.
right,
So right now, like just looking at these number here, I'm right under that $300 limit.
right, exactly. And
So
you could always too, and you can always too shop for um minor blemish uh stuff too as well, if you choose. I I'll be honest, sometimes I take a chance and I get minor blemished stuff. It just depends on what it is. I will sometimes get minor blemished. Um so you just have to, you have to kind of play around with your numbers and make it work for you. But that was just for purposes of saying, like, these stores like ZZ Sounds, AMS, Sweetwater, you can get a whole setup,
Oh,
kind of
you know what?
customize the setup.
You just remind me. It says so I forgot. We gotta get at least one microphone.
Yeah, one mic. Yeah,
So we're gonna go with the Shure mics because Shure mics. I mean, even the Sennheiser now. I mean, they got some now that are affordable.
right,
So either or, it doesn't. I mean, that's a more of a personal preference. But I'm gonna go with Shure because that's all I. I mean, that's I have those, and then there's other mics you can get, but you have to pay those straight out. You
right.
can't use them
See,
for it.
now, now what I would do is, um, now this is me. If I had uh cash to play with, right? This is what I would
Mhm.
probably do. So this is just me thinking, how I would do it. So if I had cash to play with, right, I would probably go on reverb.com or something like
Mhm.
that. Find some Evolve EV speakers. They're middle range. I think it's like the ETKXs or something like that. And then you could buy them used, from a reputable seller on Reverb. Make sure you do your research because I don't want nobody coming back to me and saying, I made them buy some garbage junk speakers. But make sure you do your research and make sure that it is a good speaker, um, and it's a reputable seller on there. But you get that speaker, and you could probably get two speakers for $1,200, $1,300, but it's used. And
Now,
then you build your card up with everything else you need, and then you're probably only paying like $100 something, maybe $150 a month for all your add-on accessories.
right, and I also want to stress this to people: when it comes to Shure mics, please do not purchase the dual microphone systems.
Yes.
You'll catch hell. That's a lesson learned. I say I will never do it again. Always go with the individual single ones, and see what the Shure mics. These I can honestly say, you're going to. These are extremely good. They're reliable. I haven't had any drop offs with these, but these are good mics to start off with. Um, there are a lot more better microphones out there now that are cheaper, but you got to have the cash. You can't, and that's why I said because like the Phoenix microphones, I think got Shure mics beat now.
Right.
But you're gonna have to pay straight out cash to Amazon on those.
Right. Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yep,
Um,
absolutely.
so yeah. So with mics, like Mario and Nuff says, again, we can't stress enough to kind of do some research. Reach out to somebody that's in the game, that's been in the game, that knows a little bit about mics. I kind of found out the hard way. I think most of us
Yeah,
that
we all,
have. So
we all. I think we all got baptized by fire because, like me, I went good.
are you talking about the Phoenix Pros, or are you talking about which one are you talking about? So I have the Phoenix Pros. So I say this: the Phoenix Pros, far as just the standard entry level microphone compared to a Shure, your Shure, that one that we just had pull up. Once you get your gain and everything, you can pretty much they're neck and neck. Now where the difference comes in is on the lapel side, um, and then a little bit um, on the they're a little bit bassy. So it's kind of like he said, you kind of have to know how to set your gain and
Right,
your sound up. And that's why we're saying, just know how to do your gain structure. Because I have a pair of the Phoenix Pros now. The Phoenix Pros that I have, they're gonna be repurposed for like karaoke. Um, that's basically what I'm gonna use them for, is just karaoke. And I have all my setups are the Shure SLXDs.
right.
That's all I run now, Shure SLXDs, because of the lapel. Like Phoenix Pro cannot even touch the lapels. It can't even touch it. It can't even see the lapels. Uh, and I will say that without any kind of inkling or any kind of stutter. Like I would not recommend you get the lapels.
Right. I mean, right now I have the mobile lapel. I have the Shure lapels. They do work for karaoke. I mean, then see, I know like with the skating rink, we replaced all our Shure mics with the Phoenix, the Pro Phoenix, because in that environment, it's perfect for what they use them for. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more reliable, um, I would, yeah, Shure mic. I would say Sennheiser. Those mics are more reliable. I guess to me, those are the ones that are more familiar. I mean, I'm more familiar with those than anything else.
Right.
Phoenix was a stab in the dark, and they actually, like I said, for the skating rink, we replaced the Shure mics with the Phoenix, and they work perfect for the skating rink. And then I also have a set too, um, and they work perfect as well. But like I say, you really have to know how to balance those out. You do have to put a little more extra work into the sound, the quality of the sound. But like with mine, I have Bose speaker systems, and then when I use the Bose digital mixer, I can actually go in and program the mics, because like what I do is I set it for the Shure mics. And even though they're not Shure mics, they kind of like the settings are perfect for those microphones.
Right. No, but I mean, no, she's absolutely right though. Like, again, the Phoenix Pros, I think that you get what you pay for. Like,
Right, you do
not
absolutely.
so. I, I'm not telling anybody out there like to go buy them thinking you're gonna get a Shure SLXD or a Sennheiser, like one of their top end
Right,
microphones. What I'm saying is for the Phoenix Pro, if you needed four mics for whatever reason, and you knew it was like a line of sight, pretty much all your events are gonna be line of sight,
right,
dead line of sight, and you're not gonna need lapels, and you knew how to gain structure. I would You could make a case of, as a start out, sure. If you didn't have the money to buy four, Sennheiser or four uh, Sures, because what you'll find out is you can only buy certain um, transmitters that'll work together. You can't
right.
buy you can't buy four Shure. Like if you pull up those Shures again, you have to look and make sure that you can buy four of those and they'll work together. So you have to look at that. Like when you're looking at mics, you have to make sure you can have four microphones that you can group together. Some you can only use two together. Some you can only use three
Mhm,
together.
mhm.
It just depends, and you definitely don't want to cross over your signals. So you don't want to go from one frequency band like a 52 J52 and then be in a J58. Um, and again, I found all of this out the hard way, doing it the hard way. It was they have a saying that it's not appropriate for this for but but I found out the hard way. So it was a lot of trial and error for when I found out, and then it forced me to do a lot of research on microphones to figure out what was going on, why I was getting dropouts, why only two microphones work, why three microphones work, and then I had to learn. I was like, oh wait, that's why you need a distribution rack. That's why you need this. That's why you need that. And so when I bought the Phoenix Pros, that's when that chip factory burnt down. It was like out of desperation, and I wasn't really expecting anything out of them, and they shocked me for what they are.
Yeah,
Like
they
for
did
what
too.
they are.
I mean, yeah, because the Phoenix. I mean, and what he's saying is absolutely right. I mean, those microphones. What it was, it's a quick solution for a good mic, but at a cheaper price.
Right, right,
So that I think, and so like to me, it was a quick, like say for the skating rink, they don't use them as much. And then the thing is, the range, the line of sight, is when they walk out to the middle of the skate floor, the line of sight is dead on. And normally, when they walk out or when they take the mic out there, there's no interference in between it. So it's like that environment. If you know your environment, it's going to be perfect. But like for DJs, mobile DJs, our mobile site sometimes can be instructed. I mean, there could be things that block us. So like me, I like when I first started off, I start off with these microphones. And I mean, to this day, I still have those same microphones. So that lets you know that's like 10 years later. I mean, these microphones are still going strong.
Right.
So they're adorable. You can drop them. I don't want you to drop them, but you can drop them a couple times and take a beating. So these are really good microphones for starting up. As you start to get more money, more like your financial stuff is starting to get better. I agree. You do want to go with a microphone that does have better quality, better line of sight, a lot more distance, and definitely like lack on the drop offs. Sure mics, like I said, they're good, but then like I said, you'll come across situations where it doesn't matter what mic you have, you're still gonna have interference, you're still gonna have problems. But like I said, for a startup, I highly recommend going with the Shure. But if you had to cut back, because like right now, our card, and I just wanted to show this, and like I
Before
said,
you click, I was gonna say
well,
before you click off on that, another thing that you want to look at on your mics is your the waveform. So you have like cardio, then you have all those. So you also want to look at that as well, how your sound and because it's basically how the sound goes into the mic. So
right.
um, I had one that I could never use because it picked up everything, and when I bought it, I wasn't paying attention to the waveform it was. And I mean, anytime I got in front of a speaker, no matter how I set my speaker up, I mean, there it it didn't matter. It was the waveform was just not right for what I was using it for. So I winded up selling it, and I mean it, because I couldn't use it for what I needed to use it for.
Yeah, but like see here, and when you said something, I want to show people that pay close attention to the version that you're buying. This is critical. The band is a very critical thing, and I learned this by mistake. That you definitely want to make sure, like you kind of want to make sure that your band is not. You understand, and this is it's hard to kind of explain it, but what I've learned is it's best to get separate bands versus have all the mics on one band.
No, so I didn't mean to cut you off. So you want to have everything on the same brand. So you don't want to you don't want to have separate bands because it causes what they call a train wreck. So
Well, see,
I was talking to an engineer about that.
and see that's what see. Someone told me the same thing is go out and get all the mics on the same band under 608. Absolutely. Um, but I went out and got all the mics on the same. The first two mics got on the same band, and I kept having issues. So what I did was I bought the other two mics on different bands, and I never had any more issues.
Well, so that kind of goes back into what I was talking about. So like this Shure, so on the same band, you can only have with this unit, you can probably only have like three transmitting on that same band with that
Right,
unit.
right.
So you would have had to one go to a different band, which again, when I talked again, it's just they said it causes like frequency wave. I forgot the technical term. I have it written down somewhere in my notes. And if you send me a message, I'll look for it and send it to you.
Okay.
Um, but the alternative with that, he told me he was like, get a better mic, basically. So
Right, right, right.
that's when I jumped up to the SLXD version, the digital, because on that one I could have, I believe it's up to 8. Don't quote me. I think it's 6 or 8. I could put 6 or 8 on the same band, which that pretty much exceeds what I need for what I'm trying to do, and
And
that's
that
why I
thing's
made
what,
that jump.
and I think that's what with the digital with the Bose digital mixer, it is something about that keeps the mics like because I'd never have any problem because I have two H9s and I
Hmm.
have one H10 and one H11. And I've never have any issues. But these right here, the two H9s, it's like I have issues every now and then. But and that's if I use it on the Yamaha. But when I use them on my Bose digital mixer, and then the thing is, the Bose digital mixer, you're programming your mics, so it comes in and it already presets your microphone. So I never had any issues going through the Bose mixer, which is a digital mixer. So I mean, I've heard so many different, and that's how I tell people all the time. You really got to do a lot of research when you start going past one microphone.
Right.
You really, 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 really need to go beyond that, because I was told when I first started off, get all the mics in the same band, and I had issues. My H9, again, it might be because of their H9s, but I was having issues with them. But then when I went and I bought an H10, then I bought an H11. Again, I wasn't having any problems. But the 60, like what you call was saying earlier, I was always told stay below 608.
Right.
Now that has been told to me numerous times, never go past 608, which I'll be honest, I have no idea what that means. I don't know why, but I just know not to go past 608. That's what I say. The
So,
microphone, the Shure microphones, I spent a lot of money and I lost a lot of money because I really didn't understand what I was buying. Especially when you buy the dual mic systems, that is garbage. The Shure dual mic, I have had nothing but problems with. Sometimes it's like sometimes the mic wants to work, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they pick up on the same channel, and they're on two different channels, but they'll still pick up on it. So that dual system is just, I just tell people straight up.
see, I'm gonna have to let you use my SLXD then, because I got the dual SL. I got the SLXD D4, which is a dual, and
But
I mean,
those are a higher caliber than
right,
these.
right, right,
Yeah,
and because the only
these
one,
are your starter. These are kind of like your starter microphones.
right,
And I still use these. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still use mine, and I don't have any problems with them. But it's just that the dual mic system on this level, the BLX, I think with the BLX, the BLX. The BLX systems are not that good on a dual setting. Like I said, if you put more money into it, of course, it's gonna work a lot better.
right.
Um, but these are good starter mics. I always tell people these are good starter mics, especially if you're just gonna get one or two. I mean, they're expensive, but
Right.
they're definitely good starter mics.
Right. I mean, at 299 is not bad. And for me, I think I was around H. I don't remember what my band was on those. But again, too, that's something too that you want to look into your local area as well. So if you're going to be local to like Charlotte, you might want to look into your local area. Another place to go is NFLX. I believe I said that right. NFLX. They sell all these microphones and everything. And then there's a guy by Ben Stowe. He can help you out, and he can also help you get you set up with the right microphone for your area. Or you could do your own scan for your frequency in the area, and it'll tell you what frequencies are best used for your area, because all areas are different, especially with the FCC putting different bands on frequencies in the area, especially around Goldsboro. You know, oh,
And
my man
especially
got
around
me. Thank
military
you.
bases
You
too.
got
Yeah,
me.
yeah. A lot of people don't understand is that military bases, and this is something that I found out recently. You have to be extremely careful because you'll be surprised on what you'll pick up on your microphone systems on the military base.
I appreciate that, Tavares. Yeah, NLFX.
Okay.
Yep. Um, So yeah, I mean, he can. If you don't want to do the research, he can just go there, call him, email him, ask for Ben Stowe, and then ask him if he can help you purchase a mic. Trying to get the right one for your area. And then they can help you hook you up with the mic. Um, but I just searched it for the frequencies and the local area. Now, if you're traveling, you kind of have to just do the best you can. Get one that's going to be best, that's going to cover all the areas that you're going to travel or you think you're going to travel. But
I mean, I would say since I've actually traveled all the way to Florida, all the way to California, and the Shure mics, I've never had any problems with them.
right,
That I can't say that I've been as far as on the East Coast, Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, um, DC, Maryland area, California once, and I never really had any problems with Shure. But I mean, now I did have one crazy episode on a military installation, but that I think that was just a freak accident. I just don't think. And then like as far as using wireless systems, that's a whole nother. We're not even going to talk about that. But the wireless systems that are coming out, the Bluetooth, the to
Mhm.
where that is just a unstable. I'm gonna say it's unstable right now. You can purchase the stuff, but there's still. I mean, the Alto. I think the was it Alto, the
Yep.
actual wireless systems.
Yep. Yep.
They are. I mean, sometimes they work great, and then sometimes you're picking up CB radios. I mean, it's so you have to be careful about those wireless systems.
So the thing about Alto too, their line of sight, because I had one. I was using one on a military event down there in Goldsboro, and it worked fine when no guest was there. Once the guest got there, it got packed. I think it was over 100 something people there. Man, it dropped out.
It dropped
I
off
mean,
a lot.
and I had to pick it up and put it over them. And once I put it over and picked right back up, and I was like, "That's crazy."
But see,
So
I know
I
with the Bose L1 compacts, that's what I had to do is I Velcro it at the very top of the speaker, so it was above the crowd, and I kept everything at a high level, and that was the
mhm.
only way to stop the drop offs.
Listen, my man Tavares out here throwing them nuggets out there,
There
scanning
he
every
is.
event.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to. But
Stay
that
away
goes
from
back,
2.4
and I think
gigahertz.
stay away from 2 point. There you go, and that's where it goes back to why DJs need all this extra time to check their equipment and make sure that everything works like it's supposed to.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But I mean, like I said, I'm gonna close this card out, but I just wanted people to
Yeah,
see that, like I said, if you put yourself on a budget to where you're allocating $300 towards your equipment, it kind of works yourself. If you're serious, again, if you're serious about this gives you a good idea because, like I said, my budget for my equipment when I first started was $300 a month, and it
hmm
worked out perfect for me.
right. And again, like I said, some of that stuff, like your speaker stands, you could take that out and you could find some used. So
Yeah,
that takes out 100 some dollars. Uh, you don't have to get that collapsible cart. Your ADJ event table. You could honestly, my take on this is you could get a table as
right.
long as you present a 4 foot table and you keep it clean. I mean, if you're gonna do a table, I've always scrimmed it up. I don't like the free hanging tablecloth. I like it tight, neat. So I scrim it up, make it looks tight, neat, and everything. Try to keep the cables nice and tight and neat. And then I'll bring them up underneath the equipment, and I'll bring them like one line up underneath the equipment, and then I'll bring them behind me, and then connect everything from behind me, and then I'll spider them out where they need to go, so they're not in front of the equipment. Everything is coming back behind the equipment, so it's not where the crowd can see it. But so that again, you can bring costs down on your cart there. So again, you could play and manipulate your costs. But like you said, if you just have a set budget to where you want to create, for a startup.
Yeah, because I took that card off and just taking that DJ stand off,
Hmm.
that kind of drops the price down to make it a little bit more affordable.
Right.
So you're looking at 230 to 223 a month.
Right.
I mean, that's not bad. And I mean, like I know I have one DJ. I'm helping him out because he's got a DJ this weekend for two events, and we're trying to get him himself established. And I think I went on Amazon and we found the perfect DJ, um, just a good DJ stand for only 250,
Right.
and it gave a good look. I mean, and a lot of people, I'll say this: Amazon has some good stuff, but you have to be careful what you're picking. I think this is what he's going with, and yeah, it's $250. So
Okay.
this is just a good start off. I like this is like when I first started off, I didn't have this. This wasn't available when I first started, but this is not bad. It gives you flexibility to where if you want the white stream or the black stream, it
Hmm.
gives you that capability. And then the thing is, um, it also allows you to where if you want to put lights up on it, your presentation looks decent.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's all it's about. Is like, working with what you have and making it look decent. I honestly could, if you saw where I was at right now, just by what you see on here, you probably would be like, yo, wow, right? Um, so one day that's probably what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call in from my phone, go live from my phone and here, and I'll just show you like, how everything is, because
Right.
literally, this is a small room. Right here to my right, I got my controller set up and my laptop set up, and then right in front of me is a closet with my clothes in it. You know what I mean? So it's just kind of working with what you got. Kind of have to make do. Right here to my right, I got my nightstand with my cell phone and clock and stuff. iPad and you know. So, but yeah,
But that's what I said. This was just a quick demo. Um, and like I tell people all the time is like, if you had to look at like, okay, you talking about $2,500 worth of equipment just to get started, and then like I said, we didn't get to the lights.
right.
Uh, we didn't get to any of the other stuff that you need. So this is just a good solid start. And I think we were talking about this before. Is don't go out and spend a lot of money on like me personally, I would say if you're gonna do something, budget yourself. Don't go out, don't go broke trying to get established.
What we call it. So it's necessary stuff as you grow and become
Right.
bigger, but it's also gimmick stuff, right?
Mhm.
It's gimmick stuff because you don't necessarily need it to get into the game and to get events. So just get the essential things that you need, and then start getting your events. And as money starts to roll in,
Then you start to
and
build up.
exactly. So, but we're gonna close it out on that. I mean, man, we've been on for 2 hours.
Yeah, I just noticed that like time will go by when you're
Listen,
having fun.
I knew it was gonna go long today. It's been almost two. Let's see. I think the last time I had a podcast was February 1st, I believe. February 3rd, I believe. Right before I left out, because I left out on the 5th, I think, or something like that. So I knew it was gonna go out. I knew it was gonna go kind of long tonight, so I was already prepared. Uh, so we're gonna close out. Mario, I'm gonna let you take it home. And before I do that, I just want to say I appreciate everybody for sticking with us and who came out and hang out with us. I hope to do this more often, and I know next week I won't have one. Um, just due to some things that's going on here, I won't have one next week. I'll be kind of tied up. But the week following, I hope to do another one. So next week I won't have one, but the following week I should hope to have another one. Um, and other than that, if you would like to come on, just shoot me a message, because you guys gave some great info in the
They sure
comments.
did. I mean,
Uh,
they taught me something tonight.
right. I would love to. I've had almost every last one of you on. I know, um, Christina, we got to get you on. Um, we got to get you on at some point. So I'd love to have you on. You out there in Goldsboro doing your thing. So got to get you on out here and introduce you to everybody. Other than that, Mario, again, thank you for coming out, and I'll let you take us in.
Anytime. And look, again, this was great. This was all actually. I mean, I was expecting all this tonight, so this is on time, on target, and especially with a lot of the DJs that I'm assisting, getting set up. I know, and hopefully, if they were watching, they gain a lot from this because this is what it's really all about is understanding that because like no Chris can tell you, I know most DJs can tell you, we didn't really have um anyone to tell us what was right and what was wrong, and we had to spend a lot of money to learn the learn what right looked like. um God knows, I know when I first started out, Radio Shack speakers, you know. Wow, I mean, I look back at I mean, I can show y'all a picture of what my setup looked like, and I look back at it like who was this crazy dude with this crazy setup? But this, Chris, this was an awesome. I agree. DJ Nuff said this is an awesome show. Um, I'm glad. It's good to see you back up here doing this thing, and I look forward to the next one. But don't forget about that ticket to Korea too, by the way. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I got you. I got you. Once again, everybody, I appreciate you coming out, and I hope to see you next time. Y'all have a good one.
All right, get it.
You've been listening to the Ultimate Entertainment Solutions Show. If you enjoyed our show, be sure to tell a friend. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss a show. See you next time.